Good morning, class. Happy Thursday. What our plan for today is to look up real-life examples of how the current U.S. president has fulfilled his main roles, so we can get a picture of what these main roles look like in real life and in action. Our agenda for today is, first, there are some review quizzes that I would like you to do. Those review quizzes cover the executive branch. We took notes on that yesterday, so please make sure you do those review quizzes. Second, what I'd like you to do is continue working on what we introduced yesterday, this State of the Union evaluation, and what you should be working on right now, unless you are working way ahead, is the research component of that. So I'll give you some reminders for that, as well as some reminders for what you should be expected to do on Friday. What I'd like you to do is have all of the research at the very least. This is like the minimum. Feel free to do more and work ahead if you want. It'll save you time in the long run. What I'd like you to do is finish your research for this activity, the State of the Union evaluation, by Monday, 10 a.m. So that way when we start class Monday, this online setting, you can work on the next step of this. So have the research done by then. So first, there are a couple quizzes on Google Classroom. One is a Kahoot quiz, the other one is a Google Form quiz. This is practice in review. This will help you for when you take your test. Just to let you know, your test is scheduled to be at the end of next week, whether that's Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. As of now, it's looking like Thursday, but that's not set in stone yet. So please do those quizzes just as review. Second thing, if you look at your State of the Union post on Google Classroom, you will notice that I added a CNN 10 episode. That CNN 10 was the episode from this year's State of the Union address. For those who don't know what that is, every year the president gives a speech to the entire country explaining what the State of the United States looks like. Usually what the president does is provide information on all the success that the country has experienced over the past year, and it will also look forward for what's yet to come and the goals that the country has in the future. After that address takes place, the opposing political party, so President Trump is a Republican, so right now it would be the Democratic Party, gives their version of the State of the Union address, which usually criticizes what's happened and asks for change moving forward. And this always is the case whether it's a Republican or Democrat in office as president. There's back and forth there. That address is something meant to inform the people. Giving this address isn't specifically in the Constitution, but the Constitution does call for the president to update the people on what's going on, and the State of the Union address does this. The past few years, with all the political polarization our country is currently experiencing, the State of the Union address has been quite something to watch. So what you need to do, it's again by Monday 10 a.m. at the latest, is research examples of how our president has fulfilled the 6 different presidential roles: head of state, commander-in-chief, chief executive, agenda setter, keeper of the economy, and party chief. And there's a description of what each one is all about there on the screen, and there is an infographic as well on Google Classroom that explains it as well. If you're confused on what one of these roles or more than one of these roles is all about, you should be asking me today. Don't wait until later. Make sure you know what all these roles are about today. Just a reminder that for this research, you can work by yourself, no problem with that. But if you'd rather work with a partner or even with a group of 3, it says no more than 4, that should be 3, feel free to do so, but please know that the seniors in this class will not be doing this activity, considering that today is basically their last day of high school. So feel free to share the document, work together, make sure you're using those news sources, and make sure you're providing very specific examples of each role, and at least 2 examples of each. It asks for multiple. More than 2 would be great. 2 should be the bare minimum for each of these 6. What you will eventually end up doing, and you can start that before next week, but at the earliest, or latest I should say, next week, is you will be creating something, a video, a presentation, an essay, evaluating how the president has been doing thus far in his presidency, which is almost done with term number 1. You will choose 3 of the 6 roles to evaluate. Your evaluation could be something that says he's doing great, something that says he's not doing great, or something that says he's doing just all right, so-so. But you will have to back up your claims with evidence and examples. So my strong encouragement for you is not to come up with your opinion first and then kind of fit in your research to what you already think, but instead do the research first and let that guide what your evaluation is going to look like later. That would be the responsible way to go about this. For citing sources, you just have to copy and paste the links that you're using. Expectations are all on Google Classroom. This will be a quiz grade, your last quiz grade for this class, and the entire thing will be due Tuesday, 10 a.m. So what that means is you have today, you've got this work day on Friday, you've got the weekend, which I don't necessarily expect you to do any schoolwork over the weekend, but then you also have Monday and up to Tuesday morning to get this done. So that's why I'd like the research complete by Monday, so that way all you have to worry about Monday and early Tuesday morning is just making that essay or presentation or whatever you choose. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I will talk to you more next week and hope you have a wonderful weekend.